Give me a minute. Hello, everybody. I trust you can hear and see us. I think you should be able to. I'll just monitor over here for a second.
Well, you're supposed to talk if you want to hear anything.
There it is. You know, you're so full of a lot of helpful suggestions, none of which are really helpful. Because you don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, I do.
And no, you don't. You haven't got a clue. Anyways, welcome everybody. I was just testing our system here. I tried a couple of funny things today to see if they would work, and they didn't. But whatever. So, could YouTube give it up about the advertising? Totally. When you go on here at the beginning of this, you guys can't see it, but we do on it. We get this little blue box, and it wants you to, it can put ads in automatically for you during your live. I don't know if any of you have noticed that, if you've watched any other lives where they have that turned on. But as the live is going on, bang, everybody's interrupted by an ad. But yeah, it's dumb. It's just dumb how they do this. So anyways, who's here? Elsa is here, and Barb. Nadine, bonsoir, Nadine. Russ is here. Russ, got to ask you, in the comment section it says good, and then there's a bracketed insert time of day down, and then Stephen, Walter, and everyone. So is that something you set up on Nightbot? Because I'm having a little trouble with Nightbot too, in the way it does things. I just want to make sure it's you and not me.
Nightbot's not on crack, Stephen is.
Yeah, right. Very funny. Crack my whatever. You're a crack. Candace is here.
Pot.
Go away. Candace is here. Melissa is here. Sue is here. And Sherry's here. And let's see. Colleen is here. Donna, Catherine, Patsy, Janet, Kathy, and the other Kathy. I guess one's Catherine, one's Kathy. Okay, Suzanne. Mona, who is Balloonist. Okay, cooperate with me, screen. Kay is here. That's Purple Wall. Heather's here. Yes, Sherry says she can see and hear us. That's a good thing. Carrie is here. And I think I said Kathy Did I say Kathy Patterson? Anyways, the other Kathy. Another Kathy. Laurel is here from Hawaii. Elsie's here. Karen is here. What's Russ say? He says, you complain when I say good morning, so I let you insert whatever time of day noun you prefer, kind of like Mad Libs. Okay, Russ. And Walter said I was on crack. Stephanie is here. Hi, Stephanie. Pamela. Cynthia. Tracy from Washington State is here. Philippa is here. And Benita is here. So the gang's all here, I guess. And I'll just try something else here. Since Stephanie is here, we'll put in Stephanie's information. Sandy's here. Okay, so, yeah. I may be playing with a few things as we go through here today. Not good to experiment on real people when you're in a live, but I tried to experiment outside of the live, and apparently Nightbot won't let you do it unless you are actually live. So, hello, Marilyn. So, let's get going. What have you been working on this week?
Not much.
Well, you made 2 pies.
Yeah, no.
Was it last week? Was the apple?
Yeah, I made apple last
Yeah,
week.
you made, was it last week?
Yeah, and I made lemon ring last night.
Yeah, you made lemon ring last night from real lemons. Okay. Walter will not use a lemon mix. He insists upon making it with fresh lemons. Actually, our lemons weren't actually fresh. I didn't know this. I know. Someone's going to turn around and say to me, well, what an idiot. Yeah, okay, you may not be wrong about that. But I saw something. There's a YouTube channel from a Canadian guy that lives actually a couple of towns over from us called Glenn and Friends Cooking. Watch him all the time. And he takes lemons and he freezes them. Now, we have a problem with lemons. You know, you buy some lemons, you end up using one. The other ones that you bought sit in your vegetable crisper, and then you bring them out and they're not yellow anymore. They're kind of green and fuzzy, that kind of thing. And I thought, I never thought of freezing lemons. So I did, and it works. Pulled one out, threw it in the microwave for about 45 seconds. Now, they wouldn't be much good if you're going to use them as a garnish because they go a little limp. But they're really easy to juice when you take them out. And it
worked good.
Yeah.
I used them for the lemon meringue pie. So now we only have one frozen.
Oh, how many did you use?
3.
Oh, 3 lemons. Well, we'll have to buy another. Well, you know, what's good about that is, I don't know where you live, but where we are, and everybody's going through this, all produce is high in price, including lemons. Lemons you used to get like 3 for $1.
It seems like if you buy a lemon, an individual lemon, it costs you a lot of money. And then if you buy a bag, it costs you a little less if you buy them in bulk type of thing.
Yeah.
So actually, it's kind of handy if you can freeze them because then they're available when you want one. So especially for cooking.
Yeah. So, anyways, it works. So who knew? But like I said, it's okay if you're using them for cooking. You need the juice from. If you're going to use them for a garnish on a drink,
they might be a little bit.
Might be a little limpy on that one. But anyways, I learned something new every day. So a few other people have come in and joined us. Jan's here. Hi, Jan.
Somebody suggested juicing a lemon and putting it in an ice cube.
Yeah, well, I thought of that too, because I've heard of that, which you could do as well. I mean, then you've got them all ready to go there. So yeah, either way. Joan is here, actually catching the live. Well, that's great, Joan. Let's see. Kathy says, am I the only one who can't hear?
I think so.
I think you are, Kathy. Turn up the volume.
Yeah, or maybe your earphones aren't plugged, or
something's not
connecting via Bluetooth or something like that.
Yeah, because everybody else is hearing us okay, from what I understand, and I'm monitoring it here on my iPad that's out of the shot, and I can, when I turn up the volume of that, I can hear us too. So yeah, Kathy, unfortunately, it's you. Sweet Granny says, hello, Stephen. Are you getting any snow yet? No.
We haven't. But it says that we might get some on Wednesday, but it won't stay long because we're still above freezing. So
it hasn't really been cold enough. It's 5 degrees here right now, Celsius.
We've gone to freezing below in the evenings sometimes, but we haven't had precipitation in the evenings.
No. And of course, any snow that would fall right now probably won't last much. The ground haven't had a chance to even freeze yet.
We live in the Florida of
Canada. Yeah, because we live right next to the Lake Ontario, and that affects us weather-wise. Joyce is here. Hi, Joyce. Nice tree. I figured it out. I had earphones plugged in. Duh.
Somebody asked if I zested them before freezing. Actually, I tried zesting them after they were frozen, and they're okay, but doesn't come off quite as
it comes off a little mushy, I would think.
Yeah, it does, but it still worked okay.
Now, there's another thing though. If you took the lemons and you zested them first and put them in a little container and froze the zest, and then you juiced the lemons and froze those in an ice cube tray.
Yeah.
You'd always have lemon zest.
Yeah. Well, I sometimes don't use lemon zest in my pies, but I did yesterday. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a lot of occasions.
I think all it really does is make it look
more lemony.
More liquid.
Well, maybe get a little color, I guess. I don't know. Teresa's here from Pennsylvania. Hello, Teresa. Just looking at the other comments. Sue's here. I'm also catching the live for a change. Kay goes, stupid snow.
Darn.
Melissa's son in Michigan is getting snow. Oh, okay. Well, you see, Michigan is a little further north from us. Like, the way it works, Like, Lake Ontario's down here, then Lake Erie's up here, and then this is like Michigan is what part of Lake Huron or no Lake Superior?
Lake Superior. I'm not sure.
No, it's Huron. It's Lake Huron, I think.
Yeah. Michigan is actually up higher.
Then it's a higher elevation. Or
closer to the north.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
The other thing is that Buffalo we're close to we're 2 hours from Buffalo. So, Buffalo's below us, right? But it actually gets more snow than we get.
Yeah.
Because we get the effect of the lake. For some reason, the lake blows more north than it does south. And Buffalo, for some reason, gets tons and tons of snow. And we're above Buffalo, and we don't get as much snow.
No. But I'm also trying to think, Chicago, where was that? Somebody said they're getting snow in Chicago.
Yeah, that's possible, too.
And Chicago is a little bit more to the north of us as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because it's on... Yeah. We need to pull up a map of Canada. I don't even know where we are in our own country. But we're down. We're low. We're more southerly. That's the term I want.
For some reason, we're fairly close to Lake Ontario, and Lake Ontario has a moderating effect on where we live. So
yeah, we can get something called lake effect snow.
Yeah, it can. It's the condensation from the lake blows over to the land, and it makes what they call lake effect snow.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, and then we live. It's kind of hard to explain. We live far enough away from the lake that we tend to get a little bit more snow, and we can drive a mile south, and there's no snow, and then where we are, there's snow. So it's really weird.
Yeah. So, anyways, there's your geography and weather forecast all in one today as well. I just looking here. Dawn's here. Hi, Dawn. Yes, it has been a while, Dawn. Can you put lemon zest in a dehydrator? You could if we had one.
Yeah.
But we don't own a dehydrator. But I suppose you could. But why would you want to do that, though? Because I don't know what lemon zest brings to a recipe. I thought it just adds a little bit more lemony flavor. But if you dehydrate it...
I think a little bit more of a tart flavor.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Well, also, I think, too, if you were to dehydrate lemon zest, I think it would go kind of browny.
Yeah,
and that might look unappetizing depending on what the
Yeah, I know. I think sometimes you're adding... Yeah, I add lemon zest to the filling of the pie, right? So, and the lemon zest is more of a yellowy color. Actually, what's interesting about when you're making... when you're making pie filling from real lemons... The egg yolks is what makes the pie filling look yellow.
No.
Yeah, it's not the
lemon juice.
Not the lemon juice. If you left out the egg yolks, it would be kind of a clear color.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Well, what was it? One time you tried to make something with orange juice.
Yeah, I tried making an orange pie using orange juice, right? And actually, it didn't really taste that much different.
Didn't taste any different.
It didn't taste much. It tastes slightly different than a lemon meringue
But
pie.
it didn't taste real orangey.
But it was still looked yellow because the egg yolks make it look yellow.
So it was a yellow-orange pie. Stephanie says, we're getting snow tomorrow here near Lake Erie. All the Canadians blowing the cold air across the lake. Yeah, probably. We get all the hot air from the Americans.
Yeah.
Ha ha. And Jan says it's beautiful where I am, mild. Well, you were out. What was it like?
It's not bad. It's 5 degrees.
Walter was out putting up his candy canes.
Yeah, it's 5 degrees. I was hoping they could get everything done, but anyway. 5 degrees, which is what?
10 tenths, 42. Roughly 42 Fahrenheit. Okay. So let's see here. Joan says they had rain mixed with rain this morning.
Yeah, you're close, 41 degrees.
That's interesting. We only get just rain, but I've never had rain mixed with rain.
Yeah.
I think you mean snow, right? We do a happy dance when we get snow in central Alabama. Shuts everything down. Oh, yeah, I suppose it would.
No, we don't always happy dance.
No.
It's interesting to get in the beginning of the year for snowfalls type of thing.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah. You know,
unless you're into skiing or something like that,
yeah.
Snow is just not a good thing.
Or you're a kid going to school and you're hoping for a snow day, which do not happen very often. You would think those would happen a lot in Canada. Well, they might out west, because out west they get a lot of snow.
You very rarely get a snow day in Canada. Or it has to be really bad.
Well, the school system won't shut down for it. Even when the bus companies, at least in this area, if they think the roads are too slippery or too icy, they'll cancel the buses. Well, if the kids are being bused to school, they don't come. But the town kids, what we call the town kids, the ones that are within walking distance of the school, they listen to the report, and if they hear the buses are shut down, they won't come either. But the teachers are expected to be there. We're expected to be there no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, when I used to work, it very rarely did we shut down because of snow.
Mm-hmm.
And I've driven through some pretty major snowstorms. So
Marilyn says she makes limoncello with lemon zest, but peel it instead of grating.
Mm.
I just saw a thing about that on YouTube. If you know Laura Koya, she, sewing.
So very easy.
So very easy. Her husband has a channel as well where he does a lot of Italian cooking because he's Italian background, and he was showing how he makes homemade limoncello. Personally, I thought it was a lot of work. I'd rather just buy it.
Well, I don't drink it that much, so.
But he had a nice little bottle of grain alcohol, and guess what?
He buys that obviously from the U.S.
Yeah, because it's illegal to buy grain alcohol at least in Ontario.
Well, 100 proof it is.
Yeah, well.
You can buy it.
Make a great Molotov cocktail.
Yeah. They live in Niagara Falls, which is right next to the U.S. Border.
It's the border, yeah.
And so they can pop over there and pick
up some grain alcohol and bring it back. But yeah, personally, if I want some limoncello, do we have limoncello?
I think we might have a bottle of it.
I'll buy it in the grocery store.
No, we buy it in the liquor store.
In the liquor store, yeah. Words fail me. I don't know.
Can't buy liquor in the grocery store.
I know. Okay, thank you. What's your middle name, Heidi? Where is she? What do we need her? Heidi always has the answers to everything. We need Heidi. So Melissa says it's 42 degrees Fahrenheit, rain in Augusta, Georgia. Okay.
So it's your same temperature as we are right now.
Augusta, Georgia. Really. Of course, Laurel's in Honolulu, and it's cool, 26C. Cool. That's bomb.
That's like hot. That's hot here.
That's shorts and sandals weather for sure. Joan says, sorry, it should have been snow. Yeah, got it, Joan. Kind of figured that.
Grain alcohol moonshine. No, it's like a type of vodka almost. It's made from grain, so I guess technically it's not vodka, but it's just alcohol.
Yeah. Stephanie says they did blow our warm air.
It's drinkable alcohol, put it that way.
Okay. Any more you want to talk about there?
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, cut you right off. I'm sorry, you're just full of information today.
Yeah.
My God, Walter's on a chatty streak.
Oh, go away.
Okay. Bye-bye. You're on your own. Bye, everybody. It was nice seeing you. It's now the Walter Show. Bye. Bye. Oh, can't live without me. Did you miss me?
Yeah, come back here. You're Mr. Motormouth.
You're going to have to pick a finger.
Actually, there is a YouTube channel that I watch called Motormouth. It's not you.
You're really funny. Pick a finger. That's the one. You got it. Okay. Anyways, let's see. What am I working on? Well, I got some sneaky peekies for you. I just have to find them. Okay. So, here's the bundles of joy / bundles destroyed. And you can see, it's not very easy in this picture. There's one of my kitties. There are 3 of them in different spots in the quilt. And right next to those kitties are clawed packages. And it's the top is done. Now I have to, quilt it. But that's all you're going to get to see, because you're not going to see this quilt again, well, unless you watch Idiot Quilter this week, until after we do the big final reveal come in January with the 4S Club, because that's the second runner-up in the little voting sessions that we had. Now, this is not mine. I'm just showing you what it's sort of going to look like when it's done. Mine's slightly different colors, but this is I started this a year ago. This is a Christmas tree skirt. It is done on my embroidery machine, and there's a lot of pieces. A lot. I think there's something like 40, 45, 48 pieces. Then you sew them all together. So each piece takes pretty much about an hour and a half to stitch out. So I've got...
I'd like to do one of those.
I'm thinking, would you? Well, I've got the pattern. You could do it.
Yeah, well,
you could wear it as a little
bags, yeah.
You could, with a little crinoline, you could wear it around, all over the house, just flit about.
Well, I think the weight center isn't big enough for me.
You can make it bigger. But anyways, that's the project I've been working on. I don't know if I'll have it done for this Christmas, but I thought I'd show you. Like I said, I've used slightly different colors. I use blues in it, but my fabric is different, of course. So that's what I've been working on. And just get my screen back here. Yeah, Jan, you'll be happy. Jan says, you can do it, Stephen. Yeah, Jan's been bugging the butts off me to do this thing. Every time we go on Sew with Stephanie and Stephen on Wednesdays, so have you worked on your tree skirt? You gotta get that done.
That's an idea. She's Patsy who finished hers, and she made a table topper rather than a tree.
Yeah, yeah, you could do that.
That's nice. Yeah,
to it. Yep. Which is not an impossibility. Except we don't have really any round. Well, we actually the coffee
round
table.
table upstairs.
Yeah, that's
here.
true.
Yeah, here.
Might work on that, but I don't think I'm going
And
to
you
have
put
it
the tree
done.
on there too.
What, on the table upstairs?
No, the table down here.
Oh yeah, well that's where I usually put it.
Yeah, I know. Well, it would make a nice tree skirt.
I know.
Okay.
Why do you think I was making
Okay,
it?
fine.
No, I'm making it into a hat. I was going to make it into a cape, so I can go out caroling with it. Some days I wonder if your mother had any children that lived. Really?
I don't know. Obviously, yours didn't.
You're funny. You're not good at comebacks. I get into a battle of wits with you, but you're unarmed. So, yeah, I got a million of them. I'm just catching up here. Brenda's here. Hi, Brenda. And Brenda's in Hawaii now as well. Geez, Brenda, are you near Honolulu? You and Laurel should get together. Sorry, Laurel. Billy's here. Hi, Billy. Billy. Hi, Billy. Billy. That's what I mean. Walter's on a roll today. Yeah. So I'm just trying to catch up. Love it. Those scratches on the presents are so cool. Love it. Yeah, Jan is definitely, Kay, an instigator. We know that. She's also an enabler. Yeah. I'm sure she's already plotting what she's going to tell me I should buy on Wednesday. And you know what the sad part of that is?
You get sucked in.
I often do. Yeah. Fun quilt with the kitty idea, Brenda says. Thank you, Melissa. Patsy says, I finished my tree skirt last year. Sent you a picture. I made a table topper rather than a tree runner. Yeah, I remembered the picture, and I did feature it on the Idiot Quilter. Yours was lovely. Just looking down here. Quilting in the man cave is here. That's Rob. Hi, Rob. Yeah, you're late to the party again. We're going to beat you up. And Kathy says, rain in Delaware. Maybe 45 degrees Fahrenheit. So, anyways, that's what I've been up to. So, let's move on, shall we? Announcements. All right. So, of course, Wednesday, sewing with Stephanie and Stephen. I have no idea what I'm going to work on. Well, actually, I do. I'm hesitating, though, because it looks a little tricky. It It's a table runner kit that I bought when we were in the Cambridge Stratford area. And the lady told me it's called the Spicy Spiral Table Runner. It's kind of shaped like an S. And it takes a special ruler. Although the lady at the store said they had the ruler, but it was like $60 for the ruler. And she said, well, you don't really need to buy it because we've included a paper template that you can just draw out on, template plastic, and it'll work. So I got it out, went, well, no, because what they included is too small. It's not too small. I'd have to photocopy it in 2 pieces to use it. And I didn't have a piece of template plastic big enough, and I don't like doing templates with the plastic anyways, because I invariably cut it with my rotary. So I broke down and I bought the ruler. I found it. I've got it now. I've seen a video. There's a video out there about how to use it and cut it all. One of you, I can't remember who it was that sent me the link to that video, but I checked it out, and that was a good thing. It's not hard. It's just a little tricky with it. So I may be working on that come Wednesday, because I would like to do it. I don't know if this ruler is going to be a one-off. It cost me, like, with shipping and everything, I think it cost me about $70, $75 Canadian. There are other things you can make with it. They're all round, curved or something, but, same idea. But we'll see. Just looking here. Oh, Kathy, do you mean, are you talking about the tree skirt? Yeah. They're not that small of pieces, but there's a lot of them to sew together. Okay, so, yes, Sewing with Stephanie and Stephen, Wednesday, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. We didn't have many last week, but I think that was because it just fell before the Thanksgiving and everybody was ready, getting their turkey ready and whatever for that. So that's fine. Now, I have another event coming up, and this is for the gentlemen out there, not many of us. The Men's Sewing Day, number 2. I had one last month, first Sunday of every month, starting at 8 a.m. and runs until 3 p.m. On the Sunday, Eastern Time. It was a good time for the most part, but I sent out a notice to everybody that's on the mailing list, and I've gotten 2 replies back now, people telling me they can't come on that one. One person, this is the second one they haven't been able to come to, so virtually they haven't been to any. And
we've just sort of known him before on another group, and
he's not very reliable.
Seems to never make it.
Yeah, he's not very reliable. Bit flaky. Anyways, kind of like a crescent roll. A bit flaky. Anyways, I'm going to wait and I'll see. I'll have it next Sunday, and I'm going to make a determination then whether it's worth my effort. If I only have a couple of people or something like that, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it anymore, because why bother? Obviously people have other things to do, or they're just not interested, or that kind of thing.
Well, maybe this time of year too.
Well, maybe, but then last time there wasn't all that many. I mean, I'm sorry, I put myself out there to do it, and if nobody's that interested...
Quilting in the Man Cave said he'll be there.
Okay, Rob, that's great. We'll see you then. But we'll see. We'll just see how it goes. It's an experiment, okay? So that's next Sunday. Now, I want to talk about some things with some of my friends who have YouTube channels here, okay? We all have set some challenges for ourselves, all right? In number of subscribers before the end of the year. Now, for me, I said I would make me very happy if I had 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year on my channel. Why 10,000, you may say? Well, it's a nice round number. It's a big number. And when you get into 10,000 and above, the algorithms for YouTube start to kick in your favor, meaning they start to, how you get recommended videos or things like that. You start to rise up a little bit further on the scale, and other people find you. But for me, it's a personal goal. as well. And I'm going to talk more about that in a few minutes. But the ones that I would really, I'm getting close. I've got about 9,646 or something like that when I last looked earlier today. So it's going along very nicely. But Shannon of Slay Arts, is Shannon here? I should stick in her link for you as well if you're not aware of who Shannon is. If you don't know who Shannon is, she is the owner-operator of Slay Arts. Check it out. If you want to know anything about foundation paper piecing, she is the person to go to. She does sew-alongs as well. She and Stephanie and Russ were doing cotton cut sew-along this morning. Shannon usually does on Sunday mornings at 11 o'clock her brunch where it's alive. And it's kind of a sew-along, or just come and chat or do whatever you want. So if you have not seen Shannon before, do check out her YouTube and subscribe. Help her out. She's sitting at a little over 600. Her goal is to have 1,000 by the end of the year. But she can't do it unless you subscribe. Okay? And it's amazing how many people come and they watch things on YouTube on a regular basis, but they don't click the subscribe button. You know, I subscribe to every time I find a new channel, even before I've really watched in detail any of their videos, I hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, but sometimes I forget when I watch. So you be like the average person. So
that's
even though we're on a YouTube channel, and I'll forget to subscribe. So
see, I make it a habit to do it because I can always go back later if I decide, I'm really not going back to this or whatever. I can unsubscribe too. But it's important to give, help out the small channels out there. Jenny Doan, the Fat Quarter Shop, the So Yeah guys, all the rest of them out there, they don't need your help because those people are up in the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, okay? But the small ones, trying to get started and getting established in this venue, really need your help, okay? And likes help as well. So for Shannon, let's see if we can get her to 1,000 by the last day of the year. So if you haven't subscribed to her, go over, check her out, subscribe to her. Another one that's trying to get to 1,000 is Russ of Quilt Meets World. Russ is on here right now. Russ and Shannon are both friends of mine, although we have never physically met. But we've done collabs together. We share our information, the whole bit, and that's what the YouTube community is really all about amongst creators as well. Yes, many of you are part of the community, even if you don't have a YouTube channel, because you come on all the time, you support everybody. But the creators themselves are a sort of a special little community unto itself because we share ideas. We talk about, problems we might be having or ideas we've got, and we share that openly with each other.
What problems that with running a YouTube channel and things like that. So it's nice to hear that from other people that might be having the same problems.
Because, in a sense, we do tend to be a little bit isolated because we're not in a physical locality and seeing each other all the time. We depend upon this medium to communicate back and forth. So it's good, as Walter says, for us to, I've been having this problem lately, have you run into this? And if you have, what have you done with it? So it's good to share. But Russ is trying to get to 1,000. If you have not ever been to Russ's channel, then I will put it up here for you. It's Quilt Meets World. Check out Russ. And I always support other male quilters as well because we are more of a minority. So, and Russ is not new to the quilting world. He's been doing it much longer than I have. And he's got some great stuff on there. You need to check him out and subscribe. Now, another person who probably doesn't need to any kind of introduction, and if you don't know who she is, where have you been, is Stephanie of Quilting with Stephanie Stitches.
Isn't it Stephanie Stitches?
Yeah.
But it's not quilting with Stephanie. So.
No, she has a full name.
Oh.
She does. Where have you been? Okay. So, and I put Stephanie's up earlier, but I'll put it here. Now, Stephanie and I have actually met. We first time we saw each other, like in reality, was at the Quilt Show in Halifax in June, and we had a great time. And we're going to Stephanie's retreat in Georgia at Christmas, as you well know, and looking forward to that. Russ is going as well. So
it'll be nice to see.
Yeah.
To see both of them.
Yeah.
Stephanie again, and this time as well, Russ. We have never met Russ face to face.
No. Well, in reality.
In reality.
In real time, or I don't know, in the real world, I guess, whatever, as opposed to cyber world. But Stephanie is almost at 20,000. She needs your help. That's a phenomenal achievement to have that many subscribers. It means that Stephanie is doing something right, for sure. So you need to, if you've never, I can't believe that anybody on here anyways has never been to Stephanie's channel. But if you haven't, go check it out. You won't be disappointed, and subscribe. Now, another one that's on here is So Be It Quilts, which is Felon. And I interviewed Felon a few weeks ago. You probably saw it on the Idiot Quilter part of my channel. And I am sure that Felon would appreciate your help as well. I think, Felon, if I'm right, if she can correct me, I think you're slightly over 16,000 subscribers. I'm not sure if I have that right or not. But if you've never checked out Felon, you should. You should especially check it out when she's doing her live chats with her husband, the first husband, as he calls himself, Matt. Matt is just a hoot as well. So's Felon. And check them out. And I will put in the chat Felon's website as well. Now, another person, and I don't have her channel here, but maybe you can type it in, Kelly, because I don't have it programmed into my machine, sorry. But Kelly's Quilts and Cruises is another site. She's growing. She has about a little over 800 subscribers right now, so she's heading towards the 1,000 as well. And she has a lot of different things on her channel. She's not exclusively just quilting, although it's there, but she talks about cruises and things like that too. So it's a nice variety. So you should check her out as well. Now, I'm not sure if there's anybody else on here right now that I haven't mentioned. And if I have, please feel free in the chat to plug in your YouTube channel as well. But these are people that I'm seeing on a regular basis, and they're all worth checking out. So please show them some love and subscribe to their channel to help them out. So just backing up here before I go on to the next thing. Thank you, Pamela. I think it's Pamela. Spellmaker. Yeah, Pamela. Yeah. Just backing up here a second. There's a lot of discussion while I was talking. Philippa says, Stephen, I was away at a local island for the weekend, saw lots of cuddly koalas. I'm thinking we should visit when you come here in April. Well,
yeah. Actually, I should contact Philippa and ask her if there's anything in her area that's worthwhile seeing that we haven't seen before.
As everybody probably knows here, we're off to Australia for our 4th time come the tail end of March. And we're going to be in Philippa's area because Philippa's from Brisbane, and we're going to Brisbane. We're going to Sydney first, and then we'll make our way to Brisbane. But we have been to Brisbane before, and really like it.
Our last trip that we went, it's Brisbane. This time we weren't sure where we were going in Australia because we've been a few times before and been all over the place. And but this time we decided we'll stick to places what we've already sort of seen before. and maybe see it in more detail.
Yeah, more detailed than that. We spent a fair amount of time in Brisbane. It wasn't part of our original plan. We were supposed to spend some time in Darwin. Our flight got canceled. We couldn't get there. It was going to become a real problem. So we decided to spend more time in Brisbane, a few extra days. And that was nice. Brisbane's a very nice city. It's got this wonderful park that runs along the riverside, and it just
I really liked Brisbane, and it was kind of funny because another couple that we met in Australia sort of dissed Brisbane, and said it wasn't worthwhile going to see. And actually, I found it was really nice.
Well, they were from Perth.
Yes,
they were from Perth. Okay, like only Philippa will understand what I mean by that.
I mean, each major city in Australia that we've been to has its own flavor, I guess. Yeah. And I really did enjoy going to Brisbane.
Yeah, so we'll enjoy it again. Ron's here. Hi, Ron. And he says, see you Sunday. So I guess Ron is coming. Great. Let's see. Russ says, I used to be bad about subscribing to channels, and I later realized unsubscribed channels stop showing up in your feed. Yes, they do. And that's also why you have that little bell that you click on the bell when you first subscribe. And it's hit and miss whether you'll get notifications from that alone all the time. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And that's the problem with YouTube. That has nothing to do with us as creators, but it doesn't hurt to give it a click. Russ says, we'll meet in a month, Stephen. Jumps for joy. Stephen jumps for joy. You've been having a lot of fun with Nightbot, haven't you? Russ. Kelly says Shannon is wonderful and she totally deserves to get to 1,000. So does Russ. I watch all their videos. Yes, they do. Thank you for the vote of confidence about getting me to 10,000, but I see where your loyalties lie, Kelly. I said nice things about you, but I'm not upset.
You got to remember, everybody watching this has already subscribed to your
channel. Yeah, I know. That's right. Yeah, because they can't be in the chat if they haven't. So, yeah.
Well, unless they're watching it on the rerun. But.
Yeah. Just moving down here. Kelly says Stephanie's channel is great. She's very sweet too. That's an act. You realize I'm joking. Yes. Yes, Matt is a great guy. I want to have his children. Already told him that. Pamela says she makes me feel like I should know her. She should be my neighbor. I can't put my own link. The mods can though. Thanks, Steven. You're a honey. Yeah, I'll add that to Nightbot later. I can't do it right at the moment with the way things are working here. Yeah, it is a long flight, Catherine. Yeah, we already have our flights booked, and Walter's already looking at rental cars, and we've got we have some hotel rooms already booked.
Yeah, we have some hotel rooms booked. I have to look a little bit more detail as to what a potential itinerary will be. Yeah, I have an idea where we're going, but haven't really booked everything yet.
Yeah, but he will. Kay says, which is the Purple Wall, you can watch me every month or so. Yeah, so check out Kay's. It's called the Purple Wall. So you do a search in the search engine on YouTube. It'll come right up for that. And okay, go down. Laurel says, I was born in Brisbane. I'll be there in February and March. Oh, okay. That's right. I forgot, Laurel, that you are an Aussie. Kelly says, Felon, I think you are a cute couple, even though you are in Texas, right? I'm in BC. You feel like neighbors. Yeah, we can't wait to see you, Philippa, either. We had such a good time when you were out here in the summer. Colleen says, today on Art East's Dormouse demo, we talked about fave channels. I only mentioned Stephen and Stephanie. Sorry, Russ and Shannon. Next time, though. Okay. But just for your information, Stephen, Felon says, I told my husband you said that, and he laughed so hard He loved it. You're all giving him a big ego. Sounds better here. Yeah. So, okay. So then I want to talk a little bit about my channel. Because I've been looking at statistics and things like that. Now, some YouTube creators go into the statistics, and there's a lot of statistics as a creator you have access to, and I don't tend to do this. I go in to see how many subscribers I have, and that's about it. But I thought I'd do a little bit of a deeper search, and I found out some very interesting things about my channel. First of all, did you know that 50.3% of you are subscribers that watch my channel? The other 49.7 watch but don't subscribe. So that's why I'm talking about subscriptions. This is a trend. This is not uncommon for most YouTube channels. You have just slightly over 50% of people out of all the ones that watch your channel subscribe, hit the subscribe button, but the others don't. But they watch on a regular basis. It costs nothing for you to subscribe. And if you get pissed off or something that's whatever a creator's doing at some time, you can always unsubscribe. That's easy for you to do. So, yeah. So, those of you that, now, I'm talking to the choir at the moment because, as Walter said, if you're in the chat here, then you are a subscriber because YouTube only allows subscribers to go into the chat. Well, actually,
you did that because you were getting some Russian people or something like that coming on.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but then you cut me on that I did it. But anyways, yes, Walter is right. So I put it so that, and I think a lot of content creators on YouTube do that because we get the trolls. And we don't want the trolls, you know. So there's that. But I thought I'd show you what I have seen on my analytics. Okay, something besides the fact that only 50.3% are actual subscribers that watch my YouTube videos, age and gender. Well, this is no surprise because it's a quilting channel primarily, right?
Is that
no? Just
okay.
No, I'm not. Okay.
No. Go ahead.
I haven't put it up yet.
Okay. All right. I just was trying to remind you, but anyway.
Do you want to be director or producer?
Go ahead.
You're a special guest. Do you know what we can do? A special desk. Come on. All right. It'll just be Stephen live. Not Walter live. Jeez. Okay. For somebody who didn't even want to do this when we first started it.
Yeah, I know.
You certainly got yourself in there now. Okay. 95.6% of my subscribers are female. So 4.4% are male. Well, that's not a surprise because I cater to quilting, right? Female population. It's more. There's more women.
Males don't like to watch idiots.
Yeah, I get. Oh, isn't he funny? He's so funny. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Anyways, my average age, 26.4% are in the age group of 55 to 64. But 65% of my subscribers are 65 plus years. So I'm appealing to old ladies. That's good to know.
Well, it's not like you're under that age.
No, did I say I was? Neither are you. But here's something I find really interesting. Now, you probably don't know this, but I'm not a newcomer on the situation here as far as creating YouTube videos. I've been making YouTube videos since 2012. Right after I retired, I got into this. And I started as a crafter because I was a scrapbooker and a paper crafter and an art journalist and all this kind of stuff. Bookbinding. I did anything that was paper craft. I wasn't quilting in those days. And that's what my channel was all about. And so I started off, my very first video is about 7 minutes long, and it was me doing a vlog. And I had no idea what I was doing, and I had crappy equipment. I still have, well, I have adequate equipment now, but you can always have better with it. And I just kind of rambled on. Don't say it.
What?
See, he wasn't even paying attention. There was a
No.
chance for him to stick it in me, and he didn't even do that. But
Glad that you rambled on.
it's too late to recover from it. You missed your time. You missed your opportunity. It was there. I set you up for it. You blew it. And for the longest time, many, many years, actually before I started Idiot Quilter, I was getting I thought I was ecstatic if I got like 50 views on a video, you know. Then I started to branch out. I started to do some other ones, which now I don't do it. I don't do any of those at all anymore. But I did something that was more specific, like some tutorials about doing certain things in scrapbooking and in paper crafts and things like that. That got me a few more subscribers. Then I got into quilting. But I think, did we do Stephen and Walter live before I got into quilting?
I don't recall. I think we did.
I think we did.
Because we talked about our crafts and stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So we started Stephen and Walter live, not knowing what the heck we were doing, and we started in the kitchen. We set my iPhone up on a little tripod. We had our little drinky poos sitting there, and we did it from the kitchen. And it started to grow from there. Now, he put up resistance until we did the first couple, and then he got a little bit more into it, and eventually it evolved to what it is now, what you're seeing today with that. It's hilarious to go back and see some of our very early ones. It really is. I have thought about, because
a lot of the audience at that point in time were people that were into crafting, right? And into sewing, and then later you got into sewing.
Yeah, we had a few nut jobs.
Yeah, we had a few
some real nut jobs
people
on that. Yeah. But we grew from that. It would be fun, I think, to go back and put one of our early ones up and analyze it here on a live one and go look at what the hell were we thinking there. So that's how the channel grew. And then I got into doing the stuff about quilting and then all the other things. And when I started into the quilting and the other ones and that, things start to grow even more. But to get up to 9,646 subscribers, it's taken me 11 and a half years. Was not an overnight sensation. Still not, kind of a thing.
Yeah, well, the thing is that when you transitioned to quilting, you probably lost a lot of people that were into crafting only.
Yeah.
And so there's a few that still stick around, like Andy and...
yes, we still have some of the ones from the originals.
Andy and Jeannie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I'm just looking here quickly. I don't really see any, or I don't remember any of buddy here that was back in those days from many years ago. So probably lost some of them because I moved away from the crafting and everything when I got into quilting, and they weren't into that kind of thing. But here's something that's interesting that I want to show you. YouTube will take all your videos and rate them as into how popular they are, what your views were, your total views. What do you think my number one video was? Just think about that. If you've been a regular on here. Well, I'm going to show you because this might surprise you. Number one video was one I did on June 8th, 2013, called Stencil Making with a Cricut. 113,283 views to date. That's my number one video. I would never have thought that one would have gone sort of viral. I guess it was because I was using a Cricut machine, and that was in my crafting days. But number two is no surprise. It's when I interviewed Kate Jackson from The Last Homely House. 62,942 views to date. But that's about 50% less than Stencil Making with a Cricut. And then you can see here as it goes down, another one that was back in my crafting days.
And then other than Kate, the next top one was reviewing the 6700p.
Yeah. Yeah, the 6700, where is it?
Yeah, right there.
Right there. 38,537 views from that one. So that was my very first That wasn't my very first Idiot Quilter. It was a series I started and I never went on with it, called Whatever, number 1. At that time, I was sort of hunting for what am I going to talk about on the Idiot Quilter. And I thought, well, I'd do these little sort of short videos that, about different things, but I never carried on with it. But that one is in the top 4. Now, there's a lot of alcoholics on my channel because they seem to like the Brisbane Brewery Tour. A lot of them on there. For that one, it's number 5. So my 10th top one was about an embroidery machine. It was episode 62 in 2020 of the Idiot Quilter. But you can see it was kind of it's just kind of interesting to see what all of these stats mean. It gives you an idea of what kind of videos people really like. I am not making another one about using the Cricut, so forget about that. So let's see, what are people saying here? Ingrid's here. Hi, Ingrid. Okay, I'm just trying to catch up with the conversation. Kelly says, I hardly ever look at my analytics. I don't have time. I was astonished to find that I have 836 subscribers. Yeah, well, I don't do anything much. That's as far as I've gone with the analytics. I mean, it'll tell you things like what's the best time of day for your videos, what's the best day of the week for your videos, all this kind of stuff. I suppose if I was serious about this being a business, which I'm not because it's not a business, that I might analyze that more and think about it. Let's see. Going down. Oh, Candace says, laughs out loud, old ladies. Well, that's what it told me. But Mona says, be nice, Stephen. I'm in the higher age group. Yeah, so? I can't do anything about it. Okay.
You can lie about your age when you're on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Catherine says, you two remind me of grumpy men from the Muppets. Yeah, you're not the first to tell us that. Statler and, forget what, Waldorf and Statler. Yeah, they're there. Statler and Waldorf. So I'm going to put it up there. I stumbled on your channel, Patsy says, when I bought my 15,000, I was trying to find information videos about using it. Do you still have that machine, Patsy? Because if you watched my series, it has its own separate playlist, actually, because of all the hell I went through with the 15,000. Oh, Kathy says, I remember the ones when you would teach Walter papercraft. Oh, I'd forgotten about those.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we had things set up here on what was my workbench at the time, and I'd forgotten all about those. Jan says, 2 grumpy Muppets. Yeah, okay, Jan. Keep your opinions to yourself. Kelly says, I don't remember when I subscribed, but it wasn't when you were doing paper crafts. Couple of years, maybe?
It says, still enjoy watching you make grapes.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, that wasn't supposed to be a comedy. I really thought I was doing a tutorial on making Walter's Dutch pancakes. Yeah, that was a disaster, that one. But apparently got a lot of laughs. And Dana says, hi, Dana. Dana's here. But some of us just keep coming back for more. Yep. My most viewed video, Kelly says, about making Christmas ornaments with fabric and Mod Podge. Nothing to do with quilting at all. No, if you put anything up about Christmas stuff, you'll get lots of viewers. I have found that in my analytics. Yeah, the pancakes one. My dashboard says 100% of my viewers are female. Stephen, is there something you're not telling me? Am I subscribed to Russ? Yes, I am.
I am too.
I don't know, Russ. It's. I will never tell. It's a secret that will go with me to the grave.
Ooh, Stephanie has more. 9.7% of her viewers are male.
Whoa. Okay, Stephanie, what have I told you about leaving your top on? Yeah, that's why you get demonetized. Kelly said she needs to dive into them more. When was the pancake video? Definitely want to see that. Oh, God, that's over a year ago.
I'm not sure where it is.
I'm not sure. It would be on my it would be on my vlog. It'll be in my vlog playlist probably, but I don't know if I mentioned it in show notes or not. I have no idea where it is. It's there somewhere. You could do a search by putting in Bland Designs pancakes, but I don't know if that'll come up or not with it. Oh, Walter's reaching for his phone. He's looking it up now. So, anyways, I just thought that's kind of interesting. And why do I want 10,000? Because it's a nice round number. It would make me feel happy. It would. So, if you're not subscribed, well, you guys are subscribed, so there you go. Yeah, Stephanie's a blonde bombshell. Yeah. She's had a few comments, too, that, well, we won't share those right now that are, not good. Okay, so, another thing coming up, 4S Club Live on Stephanie's channel. And Stephanie's channel's listed in the show notes as well, and it's here in the chat. Next Saturday, 5 p.m. Russ, Shannon, Stephanie, and myself are going to get together. We're going to be kind of sewing and talking about, I don't know how much sewing we're going to get done, but we'll be talking about our challenges with those patterns, what we like, what we dislike, and I think we'll talk about all kinds of things. To be honest, we haven't really sat down and planned what we're going to do. Oh, it's not Russ. Sorry, Russ. It's Sean from The Guy Who Sews. Sean's in the 4S Club. Sorry, Russ. We didn't know you well enough at the time. I guess that was it. But anyways, so the four of us will be talking about the challenge and letting you know how far we've gotten. I think most of us have been sharing how far we've gotten so far on there, but there'll be things. I certainly have a few stories about mine to tell you. Yeah. And I'm sure everybody else does. Oh, thank you, Philippa. Oh, Barb found it. Pancakes videos called Stephen Cook's Maybe. Bland Designs bonus video. Oh, okay. So there you go. So there you go, Philippa. There's what it's called. Just do a search and you'll find it on there. And yeah, it was an unintentional comedy. Believe me. I seriously was trying to make the damn things. Okay, so that's next Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Stephanie's channel to check out the 4S Club collaboration. All right. So, Christmas. You Americans just got through with your Thanksgiving on Thursday. Black Friday has come and go. We still have Cyber Monday to look forward to, which already Amazon has been, but Amazon's been talking about it forever. They already have up things they figure you might be interested in. You know how their what do you call them? Algorithms.
Yeah, they're always trying to promote something.
Something that you might like. No, Scrunchian says, quick, Russ, change your name to Sus. Okay. I'm not sure what that means, but whatever. So
what's Russ short for?
Russell, probably.
Oh, okay.
I think, isn't it Russ? Is your full name really Russell? Because if it is, I don't blame you for calling yourself Russ. Russell! Russell, it's kind of like Walter. Kelly.
Well, you can call me Walter. Just don't call me Wally.
He hates being called Wally. We used to back.
I had a guy I used to hang around with when I was a kid. His dad used to call me Wacky Wally.
Well, I don't think he was far off. Well, there used to be that neighbor next door to my parents. God. He always called you Wally.
Yeah, he knew I hated being called Wally.
He was a Toronto policeman. He was a prick. So, Sus is for the 4 S's.
Oh.
Stephanie, Stephen, Shannon. I'm still not getting it, Catherine. Sus.
S-U-S-S. What's the fourth?
No.
Okay, he's a fourth S.
Who is?
No, if his name was Sus, right, then it would be Stephen, Stephanie, Shannon.
Okay, Russ, Sus. God, that was cryptic. Well, that was a brain teaser. I'm exhausted now. Russ says it is, and you yelling Russell like that sound like my grandmother when I was in trouble. Russell!
Russell, get your butts in this house right now. The street lights are on. Time for you to go to bed, you little bugger.
Okay.
Jan, you spelt Stephen wrong.
Where she did it on purpose. Jan, I'm not a stephen. And did I say you had the right
To use his middle
to
name.
use my middle name? I did not. I did
What's
not.
my middle name?
Well, Jan, let's do your full name. You know, Jan Lovejoy. Actually, your middle name is Bitch. Jan Bitch Lovejoy. Okay, there we go. Whatever. The fifth S. Candace is the fifth S. Okay. Oh, Russ says, no, I'm not rusty. I'm well oiled. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, you people are just running with this in a direction I never thought. Let's get back
I was thinking Rusty.
Are you Rusty Bear? Davy and Goliath, remember that? Are you Rusty Bear? Never mind. Had to be there. It's the camera. The camera makes the brain stop working. Oh, okay. That could be it. Let's talk Christmas, shall we? Now that Americans are finished with their Thanksgiving and everything, everybody is turning their attention, including Canadians as well, and probably the rest of the world, to what are we doing for Christmas? Well, decorating. This is giving me stress. I do not like decorating. Once I get into it, I'm okay, but it's the thought of doing it. Well, here's why. First of all, we have a crawl space, and that's where all the Christmas decorations are. And when I say crawl space, if I was 3 feet tall, I'd be able to stand up in it, but I'm not. I'm short, but I'm a little over 3 feet. So you're in there banging your head against rafters and things. Then you got, our crawl space has a lot of stuff in it. So I have to pull it all out. And it's hidden behind a wardrobe rack in our laundry room, the entrance to it. It's where we hang junk on there. So, you know, the witch, the lion, and the wardrobe kind of thing. You push through these old clothes. That why we have those in there anymore, I don't know, because we don't wear any of that crap that's hanging up in there. But you have to push your way through. And then suddenly, in the dim lighting, this big, ugly face glares out at you and scares the crap out of you. That's my Halloween pumpkin. It's plastic in there. So then I have to dig this stuff out. By the time I get out of that crawl space, it's multiple trips. I'm bent over for about a week going, my back hurts. You may say, well, where's Walter during all of this? He could lend a hand. He's usually in bed.
Well, he does inside decorations. I don't give a crap what he does inside. And I do outdoor decorations, and he doesn't give a crap what I do outside.
Nope, I don't. Christmas bah humbug. So then I get them all out.
It's a real collaboration.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. So I dig them all out. Now, last year I did some sorting through all my Christmas decorations, and I got rid of a whole pile of old crap that I don't use anymore. You know, like tinsel. Like tinsel that's bald. Why am I saving tinsel that has dropped all its tinsel? Why? I probably bought it at the dollar store anyways. So I get out these folding tables and I lay everything out, and then I start to try to organize it. Well, this will look good on the coffee table upstairs. This will look good downstairs. This will look good in the hallway. And in amongst all that stuff are all kinds of Christmas quilts and table runners and pillow slips for Christmas that I've made over the last few years. They come out once a year. And then I have to figure out where I'm going to hang them or drape them or that kind of thing. So I will be doing a video about this, by the way.
Okay.
There is a video from last year. If you want a little sneak peek of what I go through, check out the one from last December when I decorate it. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, the other problem I have this year is we're not going to be here Christmas Day. We're going to Georgia. We leave on Christmas Day. So I'm thinking, I put all these decorations up. When I come home from Georgia, I got to take them all down. Because I hate doing that too.
So?
Yeah, because you'll leave the Christmas decorations up until Easter. Then they become Easter decorations. I don't even know why you bother taking them down when you finally do take them down. Because
Well,
then
I
just have them
can't
put 'em
take
back up 2
certain
months
things
later.
down because they're frozen into the ground by the time.
Oh. Yeah, that's your story and you're sticking to it. So I'm debating. But if I don't, I thought, well, maybe I just won't put anything up this year, because what does it matter? It's not like we're having fabulous parties and smart Christmas cocktail parties where everybody comes wearing, a stupid little hat and they're drinking eggnog and throwing up. We used to do that. We don't do those anymore. But then it won't feel like Christmas. So I guess I'm going to put them up, but I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe I won't put up as many. Maybe I'll isolate a couple of areas. Like, we have a little tree. We used to have a great big, huge, pre-lit Christmas tree. We finally got rid of it because it was a pain. It would take me a day to put that sucker up. And we don't really have a space for it anymore. Where it used to go, that's filled with a grow light. So that's not going to happen. So we have a little one. And I put that on a table and, decorate around it. Maybe the tree skirt. No, probably not. And then maybe I'll just decorate I'm thinking all the coffee tables. There's a coffee table in the rec room. There's a coffee table in the living room. There's a coffee table in the family room. And just do that. And that'll be it. Sort of do because we've got a lot of 3D embroidery machine things that we've made over the last years too that look very nice out with the lights in them. Maybe I'll do that. But then I have to hang the quilts, and then then you have to have wreaths, right? You gotta put up wreaths too. I mean, it's Christmas, so what'll end up happening. I'll decorate everything like I do every year, and there'll be a ton of stuff. And when we come home from Georgia, it'll have to come down. So yeah. So how's the decorating? Do you people decorate a lot?
Somebody's suggesting to put the Christmas decorations in the tool shed.
Oh God, no! No one sees the tool shed anyway.
Well, the other problem with the tool shed is that if by chance, which we don't normally get in Canada, in the area we are, a huge snowfall, there is a possibility I may not be able to get into the tool shed.
Oh, I mean storing. You mean storing them? Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought meant decorating it. Yeah, no. That would fill up the tool shed too. Like, I have a lot. Even though I weeded out.
I would not be able to. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to move in there.
No, and I'm going to weed out more this year too. I'm going to be more brutal again because I've got stuff that I repacked back in the crawl space that I never put out last year. So I should have just got rid of those then too. So my mother used to started decorating the 1st of November. Every room of her house, including the bathroom, had Christmas decorations of some sort in it. She loved Christmas, and she loved putting up the Christmas decorations. And her Christmas decorations did not come down until sometime in early February. Her excuse always was, you can't take them down before Epiphany, Little Christmas, which is the 6th of January. And it just got longer every year. Of course, then it became at the point when, in her last Christmases in the house, my sister went over and started taking them down for her because my mother just didn't feel like doing it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, your mother, the last few years she was alive, she didn't do anything.
No, she kind of was in a depressed
She didn't dust
state.
either, so.
No, she didn't. Ooh. You could have put a little glitter on those dust balls. Believe me. And they would have looked festive. But, yeah. So do you decorate a lot or whatever? What are people saying? Get rid of the something clothes.
The D clothes. The dead clothes.
What kind of... The damn clothes, I think. What clothes?
Yeah, damn clothes. The clothes on the entrance to the crawl space.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably should. There's a lot of stuff actually in our laundry room. That's where the crawl space opens into.
Yeah.
Or out of. We have a ton of stuff in there we need to get rid of.
Yeah.
Like, we have old DVDs, CDs, computers. We have a whole pile of a bunch of old computers that won't run anything anymore. Should get rid of. Yeah, we need to clean it. We say this every now and then, but we never get to it. We did clean out the crawl space back.
Yeah, I did one time when you were working.
Yeah, and then
you filled it back up again.
Well, that's what a crawl space is for. Not all the stuff in the crawl space belongs to me. Okay, there is an old stereo in there from high school, or not from high school, but from university.
There's some old speakers in there that need to go. So,
like, actually, we have antiques.
We got lots of LPs.
Yeah, we have lots of old records in there too. Philippa says, no decorations go at my house this year. We leave December 22nd. Where are you going, Philippa? Russ says, I didn't take my Christmas tree down 2 years ago. It saved me lots of time having to put it back up. You're kidding. You know what I've always said? What would be ideal is if you had a big enough house where you could have a room and your Christmas tree, it's all decorated, but it's on wheels. You roll it in the room and shut the door. Then the 1st of December, you roll it out, plug it in, it's done. And I did see a house like that once.
It was a huge house.
It was a huge house, and they actually had a room with seasonal decorations in it, all organized, all in there. Yeah. A friend of mine worked for these people, and he showed this to me. And yeah, I thought, oh my God, died and gone to heaven. That would be perfect. The only thing that would be better than that is if you could hire people just to come in and decorate your house. You know, of course, mind you, that would cost you. Elsie says, Christmas season ends on the Feast of Epiphany. You party on way past New Year's. Yeah, my mother's rule always was like Christmas season wasn't over until Epiphany. Jan says, at least put a few Christmas quilts out and maybe edit those old clothes. Yeah, do the decorations, just keep them simple. Yeah, do you know me? I say I might do simple, but I never do simple. I should do simple. But then I feel, oh, well, that's kind of cute. That should go out. Yeah, that's nice. And I don't know about you, but there are certain decorations and things that are traditional. You know, they have memories to them and things like that. So you hang on to those. Like Walter has glass balls. Let me rephrase that. Walter has his mother's glass balls. Let me rephrase that. There's a set of antique glass Christmas ornament balls that are very nice. Usually I break one every year. They're very, very fragile. And I put those on the tree as well. Try not to break them. But they remind me of ones that we used to have when we were kids. My mother had ones like that too in the tree. I think when they started getting cats, that was the end of the balls. Cats love. Well, we couldn't have any glass balls on the tree when we had Cleo, because she'd go. In fact, the very last bottom row of branches on our tree was always bare because Cleo could reach those. She never tried to climb the tree. She wasn't much of a climber, but she did love to bat them around. Yeah, we'd be finding Christmas decorations in June somewhere, behind a couch somewhere that we hadn't noticed in that. So yeah, cats and Christmas, gotta love them. Let's see. Put lights on the lettuce and say Merry Christmas. Not such a bad idea, Sue. Just throw a Christmas quilt on the back of a couch and be done with it. Yeah. Again, not a terrible idea in many ways. Oh, Philip is off to Thailand.
That's nice.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Okay, I'm just backing up here. Oh, Andy's here. Hi, Andy. Awesome, Stephen. I'm editing. Yeah, edit all the time. Yeah. Already put up my trees, Andy says, in the living room. Thinking of putting one up in my bedroom. Why not? Yeah, well, I know there are people out there that put a Christmas tree in almost every major room of their house. There were two guys we knew that lived in a townhouse. It was skinny, skinny, skinny. And they had 7 Christmas trees in their house. They were small and skinny, like tall and skinny ones. And they had them all over the place. That's a bit much. Stephanie says, we don't decorate until after the 15th, except the outside lights. We will put up a tree, but that's all this year. Yep, probably the smart thing to do. Elsa used to decorate Lie Crazy. I think she meant like crazy. Mona doesn't decorate at all. Well, bah humbug, Scrooge. My mom was the same as yours, Philip says. Her house was a winter wonderland. All her Christmas decoration boxes are now in my garage. I can't bring myself to go through them. Off to Thailand. Oh, Elsa says, I used to decorate like crazy, but since my life went downhill, I find it hard to get in the spirit of it. I'm back to being me, but still no Christmas spirit. Yeah,
Yeah,
Christmas.
sometimes like when I was living on my own before I met Steve, I never really I put a little tiny Christmas tree out and that's it. I was never really a big decorator.
Still not, because I do all the decorating.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, actually, when I lived on my own, I decorated. I had a full-size plastic tree.
But I think that's also my background because my mom never really decorated a lot for Christmas either. So.
Yeah, bah humbug. It's just, it's the thought of getting all the stuff out. Once I get into it, I'm fine. I'm fine. Once I get into it and I like it and everything, and that feeling afterwards when you take them all down, the house looks bare, kind of a thing. Now, the other thing I was thinking of is we're probably going to have the neighbors next door over for a drink during December at some point in time. And they've never been in our house, and they've lived there now for how many years?
2014?
Is that when they moved in?
I think so.
So almost 10 years, 9 years. They invited us over last year. It's the first time we'd ever been in their house for it. And they have these scary dolls that they put in the windows of the front of their house. They are wearing choir gowns and they hold a little candle or something. But when you see them at night, the way they're lit up.
It's a Bride of Chucky.
Yeah. They scare the shit out of me. But anyways, we went over last year, so we're going to have them over this year. So, I want to make an impression because I'm sure they're dying to see the inside of our house because two guys and they're gay, it'll probably be over the top. Oh, decorations will all be in shades of pink. No, they're not. They'll all be designer, probably golds and silvers. No, it's not. My style of Christmas decorating is basically eclectic. It means I just throw it up wherever I can find a spot for it. Tracy says, my sister-in-law takes see, I knew a short form. I knew it wasn't a sill, and I didn't have to ask. Sister-in-law takes everything off her walls and puts a Christmas ornament there. Every room is decked out, and she has 20 trees up. Oh, my God, and everyone is decorated. And the lights outside are over the top. Okay, how big is her house? 100 square feet? 20 trees inside?
100 square feet.
100,000 square feet, I meant. Sorry, I stand corrected. As always, I can depend on you for that. Okay, I just saw something here, and I went down too fast. Philip, same as last year. We have good friends we visit. Oh, okay. Glass balls fell off my chair with laughter. Well, don't crush your balls. One year I got a live tree, Andy says. My Siamese cat climbed it and got stuck. Had to take stuff off just to get to him. Oh, good God. Hi, Jeannie. Laura says, I finally got rid of my ornaments that had crackling color or a kid or animal I had messed up or had sap from a live tree ruin them. This has cut back many 12 packs to just 3 or 4 of a kind. Yeah, all of my Christmas balls except the ones that are Walters are all plastic kind of a thing because of the cat. And I don't know. I don't like decorating a little tree, but I can't. It's a pre-lit one at least. That's the nice thing about it. Because oh God, did I hate putting the lights on a tree years ago. We should have a Christmas exchange. Everyone fill a box with decorations you don't want, like, and ship it to the next person. Kind of defeats the purpose of decluttering. Susan says the only Christmas I didn't decorate was in 2009. I had started putting the tree together when the phone call. Now I just missed that. Where was it? When the phone call that my dad had passed away never got the tree up. Okay, people, we're trying to be cheery here. I was going to say, but I don't want to get into it, that Christmas can also be a very depressing time of the year for many people as well. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. And that might kill your joy of putting up Christmas decorations for sure. Yeah, Colleen, it is horrific. Val says, my kids decorate the outside of my house. My house is small, so I just put some lights on the mantle and a few Christmas knickknacks. I decorate the kitchen table too. And Trace says she has a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house, and yes, the bathrooms have trees too. How do you get 20 trees in a house that size? Holy
No furniture.
Yeah, well, it must be like you walk in her front door. It must be like going through a forest. You know, you can't see the furniture for the trees, kind of a thing there. Holy crap. Well, some people really do get into this whole thing, you know, like, which is fine. If it brings you joy, then go for it. Like I said, after it's all up, I'm very happy with it. Oh, and don't get me started on timers. Okay? Oh my God.
Old timers?
Not old timers. Well, some of them were. I replaced some of them
Alzheimer's.
last year with digital ones. But timers. Now, of course, you can get an app. So I've got all my timers on an app. And yeah, you know, trying to get everything to light up when it's supposed to light up and stuff like that. It's a bit of an engineering feat to put all this stuff up.
It's like Steve's lights in here.
I enjoy remote control. I enjoy automatic things. I do. I just don't like hooking them up. If I could send you a photo or 10, I will. Okay, one's good enough, really. But anyways, yeah. So, I don't know. We'll leave some of the other things that I thought of bringing up about Christmas for future videos, because I'm sure we have lots of things to talk about as we get closer to Christmas. There's, you know, our traditions and things like that that people have. Gift buying. Walter and I have decided that we are not buying each other a gift this year. Well, you know, we tried that in other years. We've tried different things because we're very difficult to buy for, because we buy whatever we want when we want it, kind of a thing, within reason. So trying to buy something that isn't a piece of crap. We tried one year to, we did a sock or something, didn't we? Or in that, and we set a price on it and that whole bit. Well, that was crap. That didn't work out very well. And then we decided, okay, let's forget about it. Why bother? But you know, Christmas morning when you get up, and when I say Christmas morning, that's when I get up. When Walter gets up, it's Christmas afternoon. With it, it seems like a letdown that you don't have anything really to open, right? So we have done it, but last year we kind of outdid ourselves. Walter did, anyways. He bought me all kinds of fabric and all over the place, and AccuQuilt dyes and all that stuff, and I forget what I got you, but it was equally impressive. Yeah, and you go through.
Yeah, well, right now I don't think you need much more fabric. So
No, I don't. I don't. I mean, I always say it's not a need, it's a want, but no, right now, no. So we're not going to do it. Plus, the one thing that's key there is we won't be home. Like, we'll be leaving Christmas morning to get to Windsor on our way to Georgia, which is going to be strange on Christmas night because I haven't figured out yet what we're going to do about food. Like, we're going to have to take it with us, do something. So Christmas dinner.
yeah, that's all right.
Church
That's all right.
sandwiches. But
I mean, we've done it for
Yeah.
years and years and years to have Christmas dinner. So what's one year without? So
it's not. Yeah, it'll be fine. It's just going to seem a little weird.
yeah,
I think
okay.
that day, just a little weird. But one advantage of it is we don't have to go to my sister's. Well, not that I'm saying that I don't like doing that, but I do. But I'd forgotten that last year we had her here, and she remembered. I was thinking it was our turn. I was saying, how are we going to do that?
Quilting, Stephanie said, Stephen and Walter, do you like handmade gifts?
Depends who made them.
Yeah. I mean, I could make him something, but I already made him a bunch of short sleeve shirts. So.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're talking about us that, well, no,
And he gives me stuff he makes.
yeah, I
so.
mean, like, how much more? That's now. I'm not opposed to like money. Like, oh, let's say let's start at about $10,000 or more. Thank you very much. No, don't do that. I don't like getting money for Christmas either. I don't like giving money.
And actually, I'm not fond of gift cards either.
No,
Because I have a tendency to forget I have them.
I mean, I know in some ways for giving somebody a gift card for something from a place they maybe shop at all the time or whatever, like Amazon, is because you don't know what to get them, and they can, the reasoning there is they can always use the gift card to get something they really want, right? And yeah, I see that, but in my way of thinking, that's a last resort kind of a thing. And
Stephanie says and she means from others. Yeah, from others.
Oh yeah, from others they're fine. Again, as long as I know who the person is. And what that, but yeah, but we don't need gifts because there is nothing.
It says, have a toast to Christmas at the airport. Yeah, it would be nice, but we're not going to go to the airport.
Yeah,
We're driving.
rather Home Alone-ish. Teresa says, yeah, true. Elsie says, we feel Christmas is about sharing our love for each other in a more mindful way, being present to one another. Sorry.
Oh, God.
It's about the fucking gifts. Show you really care by giving me something expensive. No, I'm being a little facetious. I get your point, Elsie, yeah. But too, Christmas now is what it was back when we were younger because, one, people were alive, which helped. Two, the kids when we were kids, we loved Christmas. And then, you get older and everything, and it's not maybe quite as exciting. And then you get a new crop of kids, right, in your family because, your siblings or whatever have children. You've got grandchildren or you've got nephews and nieces and stuff. And when they're little, it's a lot of fun because they're so excited and everything. Well, in our families, they're all grown up. They're all like old people now, too. So there's none of that. And we don't have any grandchildren. No. Closest we've got to grandchildren is our great nieces, and, well, we don't see them that often. Mm-hmm. They're kind of boring. They're nice kids, but very well behaved, but I don't know. Teresa says, I don't do gift cards. Nightbot seems to be going crazy. I think I've got to check what I did in there because it's not working. I don't do gift cards. If I want to give money, I'll give cash. Maybe the person needs a bill paid more than an ugly Christmas sweater. That's true. That could be. Yeah. Whatever. Maybe they do. I don't know. It's up to the individual, whatever you like. But anyways, that's what we're doing this year. So we'll come back and revisit Christmas again in another week. But right now, we're over. So, couple of reminders. Sewing with Stephanie and Stephen, Wednesday. Men's Sewing, for those of you that are men. Next Sunday, 8 a.m. 4S collab on Stephanie's channel, 5 p.m. Eastern next Saturday. Any other events I have missed? And of course, the usual videos that I put out every week and the usual stuff that Russ and Shannon and Kelly and Stephanie and Felon and did I miss anybody? I think I got the important people. Well, anyways, remember, subscribe to everybody often with it. Okay, everybody, have a good what's left of today. Have a great week next week, and we'll see you all again soon.
Yeah.
Bye for now.
Bye.